Welcome to Penang, with a UNESCO World Heritage old town packed with colonial buildings, temples and street art. I've only got 48 hours and I want to see if you really can experience it all. The culture, the sights and of course the food. But here's the thing, Penang's known as the street food capital in Malaysia and everyone just raves about the food. And well, let's just say my experience didn't match the hype. More on that later. For now, let's dive in and see if we can see it all in just 48 hours. I'm Phil and I'm on a great gap year. First stop on my 48 hours in Penang, the clan Jetties, which are a collection of wooden villages on stilts, built over a century ago by Chinese immigrant families. Each jetty belongs to a different clan. Walking down them, it feels like you're stepping back in time. I mean, they're literally living heritage because people still live here on the jetties. There's a mix of homes, temples and shops balanced right out over the water. For insurance purposes, danger. Danger, you might trip over a plank. I mean, it's pretty easy, isn't it? I heard a comedian say about being in Amsterdam. If you're in the wet bit, you've gone wrong. If you're submerged in water, you got too close to the edge. Do we need a danger sign? I don't know. Maybe. This is Chu Jetty and it's one of the most popular jetties. So it's got shops selling souvenirs and it is one of the busier jetties. Walking's quite a challenge. This is a busy street, as you can tell. It's 4 lanes of traffic, cars parked either side, and it's quite a major sort of touristy bit as well. All the jetties are sort of over there to your left, but there's no path here, so you've got to be careful. And you might think, well, just use the path on the other side, but there's no path on that side either. So it is a case of just trying to keep your wits about you a little bit. Yeah, let's go down the jetty, Tan Jetty. Let's try Tan Jetty. Next is Tan Jetty, a smaller but equally fascinating community. The Tan families maintain their homes and traditions for decades. Whoop, mind your step, Brasso. Oh, wow. No danger signs on this one. Take your life into your hands and crack on if you want to. I don't know if the locals know which boards to walk on. But I tell you what, I wouldn't want to do this after a couple of beers at night, stumbling home. If you are of a nervous disposition, this is not for you. So if you want to actually go to the end, you're going to have to pass somebody somewhere. But the view from here is absolutely stunning. Instagrammer getting their shots. Are these ravens? Come on, crow, I'm coming past you, and that's that. I tell you what, I'm not really looking where I'm filming right now. I'm really looking where I put my feet, because occasionally you'll put your foot down and the plank kind of moves, and it's quite narrow, as you can see. Catch of the day. Trying to get his hook out. No need to flush. I need to look that up, but I think that's the fire engine bobbing about there. Okay, they've been on this boardwalk a little while. I think I'm going to make my way back. So these are called clan jetties, and they were built around the 1800s by Chinese immigrants. They sort of sprung up around that time, and they're called clan jetties because they're all built, I believe, are still inhabited by Chinese clans. And by clan they mean people of the same name or the same regional dialect. It's like a family name, a family clan. Finally, Yo Jetty. Tricky to find the start of this jetty, and it makes it quieter. It's more residential, with the family's homes stretching over the water. It's another glimpse into Penang's history, where community life continues much as it has for over a century. I felt a great sense of authenticity on this jetty, but I also felt a sense of trespass with no other tourists on this jetty. Oh, this is the one. This is the one. Look at this. There's no crowds. Ha, never mind no crowds. There's nobody here. Just being a little bit careful, actually. I just filmed somebody sat on their porch, which is not what I want to do. Wow. That is just magnificent, isn't it? Oh, I hope the people who live here don't see it as too much of an imposition on their lives. They really should just charge a small fee to walk down them. This, as an authentic experience, is probably my favourite thing I've done so far. Thank you, Penang. Thank you, Malaysia. I spent a little more time than I could have on the jetties. If you are pushed for time, you could just see Chu Jetty. Next up is Penang Hill, one of the island's most famous viewpoints. If you do one thing in Penang, I'd say this is it. It's not very busy. The hill is over 800 metres high and it's great for hike enthusiasts, but today I'm taking the funicular railway that's been carrying visitors to the top for over a century. Let's see if the views from the top live up to the hype. Are you doing okay? Watch your step. The cut and the foliage limits your view on the way up, but the old carriages make it an interesting ride. The Penang Hill Railway was built during the British colonial era as a cool escape from the heat. It opened in 1923, making it one of the oldest funiculars in Asia. Today we're riding in the new Swiss-made coaches from the 2011 upgrade. What a ride! Oh my God, what a view! I'm not quite sure who this terrifying creature's supposed to be. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Along with the sweeping vistas you get at the top of Penang Hill, there's a collection of cafes and restaurants and one of the original carriages. First and second class. Very colonial British. There's a short, sharp uphill walk along with some steps to the temple and the mosque, and of course there's more views. Well, it's certainly atmospheric up here. I don't know how good the camera is if it's going to make it out, but it's just like a bay down there. It's almost like the mists shroud where the water starts and the cloud ends. But then you just look a little further into the distance and you can see an island climbing out of all of it. I was rather hoping I'd get to see the sunset. It does look like it's going to be a gorgeous sunset. You can just see a little bit of red peeping over that hill, but I don't think it's something I'm going to see. Back down and off that main square, there's an elevated walkway back to the station. Well, I'm up on Penang Hill. It's about sunset now, and as you can hear, the rainforest has just suddenly come to life. I hope you can hear that. There's just a background hum of animals making their presence known. I think there might be a canopy walk I could have done, but I think it's going to be an up, round and back down again rather than stand there for half an hour watching the sunset. It's part of what's called the habitat. If you've ever been to the habitat, just let me know. Tell me what you think of it. Is it somewhere have I missed a trick? Should I have gone to the habitat? Oh, we're back at the funicular station. Yeah, okay. We are. Right, that way up there, it sort of takes you round to that sort of main square, if you like. This is where I came in. So I'm facing west, the sun's setting in, over the hill, and behind me it's just creating this sort of almost watercolor landscape. It's absolutely gorgeous to look at. You look away for a second, and you get something out your bag, or you you know, whatever, you look down, you look at something nice, you look back over it, and the lights changed, the clouds have moved, and the mist settled. It's just, I don't know. It's a really nice place to be, and it's a good place for kids as well. Hello, mate. You okay? That's not part of the rainforest. That is a kid with a bird whistle. So the view there, it's just something else. It's sort of awe-inspiring. I just wish it was a bit quieter. And before anyone says anything, yes, I know my glasses are a bit steamy, but that's not me mistaking steamy glasses for a change in the light, no. And as the sun set, I made my way back down, and it was on a much busier train, standing room only, and it was quite an unpleasant journey. Next, it's time for dinner, so I ordered a grab to Gurney Drive Hawker Centre for Penang's famous street food. So this is the Gurney Drive Hawker Centre. Now, one thing you've got to watch for is you can't just sit anywhere. You've got to kind of decide where you want to eat, talk to them, and then sit down and let them serve you. That's generally the way it works here. Apparently, if you just get your food and then sit down like it's just a food court, you'll end up being charged for a drink. Let's go and see what we fancy. If you're a Fools and Horses fan, you'll remember the episode where Charles forgot Spud's birthday. Del Boy whipped one round. Everything was super again. Gurney Drive Hawker Centre is said to be the best place for street food in Penang. It's located along the waterfront with stalls serving local favourites, along with a lively atmosphere that draws both locals and tourists. I spy nasi goreng ayam, so chicken fried rice. That is definitely the safe option. Another safe option is satay. Unrefrigerated squid, anybody? It was incredibly busy in places, but I didn't see a standout stall that demanded my attention. In the end, I was just hungry, so I picked one. Okay.
This one chicken.
Right.
Chicken and vegetable.
Chicken and what's that one?
Chicken veg.
Okay.
Egg.
Egg. Okay.
Potato.
Potato, right.
Coconut.
Coconut.
Coconut and the onion.
Right, okay. Other meat.
Yeah.
Go on then, an egg, yeah.
Coconut.
Yeah, and that's fine, yeah. That. So what are these?
This one small prawn.
Prawn?
Yeah.
Go on, put one of those on. Put one on.
Roger.
That was quite close to your fingers. Whoa. No. No, stop. That's enough sauce. No more sauce. No more sauce, please. No, that's it. That's fine. No more sauce. How much do I owe you?
13 ringgit. 1-3.
1-3. So they started pouring the sauce on, so let's just rescue this. I don't know if that's spicy, but something in me tells me that is going to absolutely blow my brains off, which is why I've just ordered some water. Thanks. How much is that, mate? 2. There you go, bud. Cheers, mate. So the first taste, it's got to be on camera, isn't it? Please don't be too spicy. It's like a spicy sweet chili, so I'm not immediately reaching for the water. That's okay. A bit of prawn. Jesus, that's salty. So this is going to be onion and coconut. This is the chicken sausage. I always try to look for the positives, but if this is the best street food in Penang, and Penang is the street food capital of Malaysia, then it's disappointing. The food was okay, but it's below par when you compare it to other street food that I've tried around the world. Compared to Satay Street in Singapore or the Michelin-starred food stalls of Taipei, it really is very ordinary. Now maybe I chose poorly and I picked the wrong stall, but as I made my way back to the hotel, I wondered again why so many people rave about the food here. It seems that opinion is divided into 2 camps. I think it's totally underwhelming, everyone else finds it amazing. So do leave me a comment with your street food picks, because I've obviously gone wrong here. This messy plate of food, it can't be the best that Penang has to offer. So after the highs of the jetties and the views from Penang Hill, the day ended on a bit of a low note. But I've still got another day in Penang and another dinner to enjoy. So let's see what tomorrow brings. The Kek Lok Si Temple is the largest Buddhist temple in Malaysia. It's nestled in the hills of Georgetown. It's famous for its towering pagoda, the massive statue of the Goddess of Mercy, and its colourful architecture blending Chinese, Thai and Burmese styles. If Penang Hill is the one thing you should do in Penang, then this is the other big must-see. The temple complex is built in some steep hills, but fortunately there's a funicular railway that runs to the top. Unfortunately, the top half of the train is currently under repair and has a replacement bus service. It's nice to see them keeping some of the old British traditions alive. So as a quick recap, the temple is free to visit, but the trip to the top cost me a total of 8 Malaysian ringgit, or about £1.50. But this was paid in 3 instalments, and it all required small bills with little or no option for change. You could just get your grab driver to drop you at the top of the hill by the Goddess of Mercy statue, and there's a car park there. As we departed our minibus at the top, all ills were forgotten as the Goddess of Mercy statue came into view, along with more stunning views. But then a brief interruption to my visit.
That weather is definitely coming in and it is starting to rain. It's starting to rain properly now. Let's get into the prayer hall.
While the rain poured outside, it was an opportunity to explore the prayer pavilion and the shrine where visitors and devotees come to light incense and offer prayers. The summit is dominated by the impressive Kuan Yin statue, the Goddess of Mercy, and of course more views, albeit hampered by the weather today.
How it isn't bucketing down right now is beyond me. It just looks like it ought to be. Completely chucking it down. It's so dark. So in the shadow of the statue, I'm going to count my blessings that I'm not drenched and wet through. And I'm going to start heading down, see if that's a bit easier than it was getting up. They're genuinely saying 1 ringgit per wish. Just get yourself a wishing ribbon. Is it me, or is that just wrong? Or is that just Grandpa the cynical being very, very cynical? To say, isn't it? So right now I'm walking down the road. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to take a turn. Okay, so that's the non-operational funicular, or non-operational lift. Is there going to be a right turn somewhere along here? I was kind of hoping I'd be walking in amongst temples and prayer halls and different things like that, rather than, you know, down the road. Okay, so we are at the road. Now it's a case of take your life in your own hands. That doesn't look like it goes anywhere, does it? No entry. Okay, road it is.
Safely down from the summit, I arrived at the middle terrace of this wonderful complex. Within the many pathways and steps, there's open courtyards and gardens for quiet contemplation, with multiple temples and shrines for prayer. The temples and prayer halls were mesmerising. Getting lost is part of the experience, and considering I only had 48 hours, I spent far longer than I should have, but I think every moment was well worth it. And in the middle of all that, there's the obligatory shop, which was actually very useful as I didn't bring enough water with me. I found myself at the pagoda, and there was an additional fee of 2 ringgit to get to this part of the temple. And time was against me, but I felt that, well, while I'm here, I'm going to climb the pagoda. And you can tell me if you think this was time well spent. With views to rival Penang Hill yesterday, I was pleased with my decision. A unique vantage point to soak up the beautiful countryside of the island.
Well, this is as far as we can go. There is another set of steps, but it's locked. I mean, the view from up here is just amazing. There is one more level, but wow.
After I'd taken it all in, I headed back down, jumped in a grab and went to the hotel for a shower and change of clothes.
I'm just having a wander as I wanted to do, and I'm currently walking down a street called Gat Leber, China, and it seems to be like a massive Instagrammer place. There's people walking back and forth across the road. There's people posing in front of doors, sitting on benches. I feel like I'm missing out. Here we go, there's another one going there. That girl with the highlighted hair, I guess is the way you call it. She's probably done a few laps walking backwards and forwards. And I honestly don't know what's so special about this street. It's got some sort of nice architecture, and I guess it is very, very well maintained architecture. I mean, these doors kind of look like they're being preserved. There's a door that's exposed there, but that one's being kept behind glass. So I just had a super quick look on Google, and that is the old railway station there. But what this is here that people want to take photos of, I've no idea. There you go. It's her friend's turn to walk back and forward across the road. So they've finished walking backwards and forwards across the street. They're just checking their footage now, making sure they're happy with it. I suppose each to their own, but me, I'm off to the pub. Now, one thing I'll definitely give Malaysia is it's safe. I've just sort of seen this like little alleyway. You're in Indonesia. And, so glad I walked down here. Chicken Alley. I wonder why it's called Chicken Alley. These murals are just all over the place. They're absolutely phenomenal. Now, I could be wrong, but I might have just stumbled into Little India. But then again, I could be wrong. I love these open sewers, jeez.
As I wander aimlessly towards a place to get a drink, let's talk about what I've missed in my 48 hours on Penang. Well, I didn't visit the old ruined fort, Fort Cornwallis, which is part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it was on my list. It was the only thing that I have a slight twinge of sadness about missing. I also missed out on the glorious beaches of Penang, and they do have some stunners. But with only 48 hours in Penang, lounging on a beach was just out of the question. However, if you're taking a week or two to relax at a resort here, you could break that up with some nice day trips. And there's other street food areas to explore, but I'm not sure they're going to change my mind on the quality of food on the island. This is the original and traditional Chulia Street, a historic area where numerous hawker stalls serve classic Penang dishes, but I decided just to eat at the pub.
And just when I was wondering where my dinner is, here it is. Another beer, they've been keeping me good on those. And we've got rugby union. And badminton, if that's your thing. And it's half time in the footy.
But that's 48 hours in Penang. From the clan Jetties to Penang Hill, Kek Lok Si Temple and the street food scene. We've managed to do a lot, but honestly, there's more I didn't get to do. Penang is full of culture, history and hidden gems, and 2 days is only enough to see the highlights and just scratch that surface. I flew to Penang with Batik Air, an Asian budget carrier that you may not have heard of. I flew business class and it was an interesting flight. If you'd like to see what Batik Air's short-haul business class is like, then this should be the next video you see. I've got a flight with Garuda coming up next, so remember to subscribe to get a notification when that comes out. I'd appreciate a like and leave me a comment, especially if you've been to Penang. Which hidden gem did I miss that we all need to know about? Please let me know. So thank you for watching and thank you for joining me on Grey Gap Year.